Alright, so when we do this, first thing we're going to look at are the angles. We need to make sure we know all of our angles. They're listed up here. But 1 and 5, we look at 1 and 5. These are going to be corresponding angles. We look at 3 and 6. 3 and 6, these are on the opposite sides of that interior line, so these are alternate interiors. Looking at 3 and 5. 3 and 5, same side. These are going to be consecutive interiors. 1 and 7. These aren't going to be anything. They're going to be none. And the reason, you might have heard of something like alternate exterior angles, but that would be ones like 1 and 8. 1 and 7 are on the same side, they're on the outside, so there's nothing that goes with that. And then 6 and 7 are going to give us those vertical angles. Alright, going in, solving some of these variables. We're going to assume these lines are parallel. If they look like they're parallel, we're going to go with them as parallel. We've got x is 70. We're going to use the vertical angle to grab that. Y is going to be the supplement because the consecutive interior angles are supplementary. So we have 70 plus 110 is going to give us that 180 degrees total. And then Z, vertical to Y, 110 as well. Looking at number 7, we're going to use linear pairs right there to grab x at 105. These two lines are parallel, so it's an alternate or a consecutive interior angle for x and y, or you could just use alternate interiors for 75 and y. And then over here on this side, we've got 80 and z. These are going to be consecutive interiors. 80 plus 100 is 180 for z. Looking down at 8 through 11, going to go in and pull the same stuff. So I've got 65. I'm going to grab this angle right here just to be safe. 65 and 115 right in here. We've got corresponding angles, 65, 65. That puts x also at 115 for this shape. I'll throw my degrees up there on everything. So we've got x at 115. Y is going to be vertical to 65. And there are a lot of different ways you can grab these numbers. You want to get the easiest one for you. X and Z are going to be corresponding angles. So Z is going to be 115 as well. You can also take and do consecutive interior angles for Y and Z, should you want to do that. Number 9, same deal. I'm going to use consecutive interior angles right here. So 70 plus x has to be 180. So x is going to be 110. 50 and y have to be 180. So y is going to be 130 degrees. Going into this shape, I'm going to get 60. These two, W and 60, are alternate interiors. It's a long stretch, but W and 60 are going to do that for us. And then with this, I've got 75 plus 65, or plus 60 rather, plus Z is going to be equal to 180 because I've made a triangle shape. So that gives us 135 plus Z is equal to 180. Subtract that 135 off, and we'll get Z is equal to 45. Once we get Z, I'm going to grab Y because they're verticals. So Y is also going to be 45. And then you've got a 70. You can grab it with alternate interiors for the X. 75 rather. And then this one, what have I got? I've got 120 and I've got 12x at 24. This one's going to be a little dicey. What we're going to do, P and Q are parallel. That means 120 and this whole angle are corresponding angles. Alright, so if we've got 120 and that whole angle being corresponding angles, they're equal to each other. So I've got 12x plus 24 equals 120. Subtract that 24 from both sides, and we get 12x is equal to 96. So x is going to be equal to 8. Next page. Alright. So here, same deal. We've got parallel lines. These are going to be corresponding angles. 2x is equal to 86. So x is going to be equal to 43. On this one, we've got parallel lines again. I'm going to say that these are supplementary. The way we're going to do that, these two angles here are corresponding, so they're the same. which means that 64 and this angle added together are 180 degrees. That means that 64 and this angle are also supplementing. They also add up to be 180 degrees. So I've got 4x, mark through that, minus 8 plus 64 is equal to 180. Take this, push those together, 4x plus 56 is equal to 180. 4x is equal to 236. So divide that by 4, that'd be a 5, and then you get a 9. So 59 for x. Sliding it up. We've got alternate interior angles. I've got 4x is equal to 72. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and that's going to give me 18 for x. On this next one, remember, you don't ever want to have to do a system problem. So even though there are ways to force these two angles to be equal to each other, or to sum them up and add them to 180, however you want to do it, I'm going to always grab a way to make it so that we only have one variable at a time if I can do so. So I've got corresponding here with 110 in my x's. I'll pull that 15 from both sides. I'm going to get 5x is equal to 95. So x is going to be equal to 19. My y's, same deal. I've got y minus 28. I'm going to add 110, and that's going to equal 180. So I've got linear pair right here. So y minus 28 plus 110 is going to be 180. That gives me y minus 28 is equal to 70. So I add 28 to both sides. It's going to give me y is equal to 98. All right, here comes the fanciness. I've got this angle here. It's vertical to this angle here. This angle is consecutive interior with 78. That means these two are supplemented. Since this one and this one are the same, either one of them is supplementary to 78. So I'm going to grab 3x plus 33. I'm going to add 78 to it, and the total is going to be 180. So to simplify, I've got 3x plus 111 is equal to 180. Subtract the 111 off, I'm going to get 3x is equal to 69. So x is going to be equal to 23. Take it, put it in the box. Now this next one, how are we going to do this? The first thing I'm going to grab is y. It's easy. I've got y minus 8 plus 124 is equal to 180 degrees. We've got a linear pair. So y is equal to 116. What's rather 116 is equal to 180. So y is equal to 64. With y equal to 64, I'm going to do something right here. I've got 64 in this one. This vertical angle gives me 60. So 64 plus 60. This is a triangle. We're going to have 56 degrees here with that 2x to make a triangle. Because 60 plus 64 plus 56 is equal to 180 degrees. So this angle right here has to be 56 to make this triangle work out. So I've got 2x is equal to 56. Now it'll give me x is equal to 28. Alright, we'll do the proofs. We'll cut the video. Now with proofs, we've got this one column. Anytime you have a given, those are free points. So Q is parallel to R, that's given. Once we get these two parallel, I know 1 and 2 are the same. Vertical angles, we don't actually have to know they're parallel for that. Vertical angles are congruent. 2 and 3 are the same because corresponding angles are congruent. And then my last one, 1 and 3, this is going to be either the transitive property of congruency. You could claim substitution on it, however you want to do it. I'm going to use transitive property because I feeling good. And that's it. We'll break the video here.